But we'll see soon, as we do have one more ban for either team before we get to see what else is coming out. While we're waiting for those bans, huge thanks to our sponsors, Loopbet, the official betting partner of Dota Summit 12, and of course Monster Energy for keeping us energized. Fnatic, they do go ahead and fifth ban the Slark. And I'm kind of shocked by that, because I thought we'd see something like a Void or a Mars ban coming out from Fnatic, considering they are going to be fighting into that Snapfire. Because you don't really want to have a Chrono Arena of Blood up against you if you are going to have to verse the Snapfire, because those Mortimer's Kisses are essentially just, it's a free ability after you have something to set up. Whereas if you don't really have the setup for those kisses, you tend to miss quite a lot. The Thunder Predator, they ban out the Razor, and they do go into the Troll Warlord pick. And as you've probably already seen over quite a few pro games now, Oracle plus Troll Warlord is quite a disgusting combination. Of course, you have Battle Trance, and now you have False Promise, so you essentially have 3 lives on the Troll. It's Fnatic. They will respond with a Winter Wyvern. That is one of the nicer ways to shut down the Troll Warlord, just having the Cold Embrace if someone does get jumped by this Troll, having the Winter's Curse as well to turn the Troll against his own teammates. Always very good, and on top of all that, the Wyvern just has such strong lane dominance. Just with the Splinter Blast spam, can be extremely hard to try and contest the Wyvern when you are in lane. This Thunder Predator. Gonna have to think about this 4th pick once again. Oh, okay, we see the Leshrac pop out. It's an interesting hero. It hasn't really seemed so strong in this current meta. Generally speaking, though, all that magic damage does do quite well up against the Wyvern. Even the Puck, who likes to get in close and throw out those Dream Cores and all those silences, the Leshrac doesn't mind all that too much. Fnatic, how do we respond? Alright, we go for the Morphling. Some very nice targets to morph into. Of course, you've got the Leshrac, you just take the Diabolic Edict, and it does really add to the damage potential. Even the push potential, of course, of the Morphling. Oracle can be quite nice as well. Just having the Fortune's End to purge off any disables on top of the Morph. I like it.
Whoop.
Hello, Basket. I'm glad to see you back, sir.
Yep, I'm back. Yeah, just I may have actually dozed off for a second there. I don't know, but we're back.
Oh well, at least you got a bit of sleep. It sounds like you need a Monster Energy Basket. You better get that sorted.
I'll
anyway,
do some jumping jacks or something. The draft's over, but well, nothing too crazy. We got the Snapfire making it through. It was getting banned pretty much every single time in the first round by Fnatic. Where are you sitting on this draft?
Well, look, I've just been commenting on the counter picks being made. I was kind of, shocked by the Leshrac pick a little bit, as well as the Pango pick from Fnatic, because both those heroes to me seem a little lackluster in this meta. But I'm not really sure. I was hoping you'd chime in for the especially the Pango pick. Is Pangoli strong in this patch or not? Because I'm leaning towards it's not.
I think there are. I think the problem is that the heroes that it's bad against are some of the more notable heroes for the current patch, and like those are particularly bad matchups. I think otherwise, it's pretty good. In terms of your power level, if you get it in the right kind of situation. I think the other thing is that Fnatic got annihilated by it in the first game of the first series. So I think that's probably in the back of their minds a little bit.
I see. I mean, I guess it works well against the troll as well, right? Like the lucky shot disarms the troll. The troll doesn't like being
Yeah,
disarmed very
yeah,
much.
100%, 100%, definitely, definitely good.
Okay.
But they still pick the troll. Troll still continued to, for a little while now, had I think one of the best carry win rates across a lot of different tournaments. If you get the ball rolling, it can just be so difficult to deal with this hero. And again, Thunder Predator picking up not as overt about it in this situation, but have picked a pretty heavy pushing lineup as they now took the Leshrac in here.
Certainly is looking that way. I was gonna say Thunder Predator. I mean, they've got the Snapfire, right? And it does seem like they are lacking someone in the offlane position. Is this just a is it an obvious Mars pick here for the offlane? Because Arena of Blood plus Mortimer's Kisses is pretty darn good, right?
There's lots of different ways that they could set this up. I've seen people trying to run Snapfire as a core. I would have my concerns about that. I don't know if the Leshrac is necessarily their mid hero in this situation. Could be the offlane, and they've got the last overall pick of the draft as well. So it seems a little bit of a waste to maybe use that for their offlaner, but we'll have to see what they go for. As Fnatic get the Void Spirit all the way through at the very end here.
Oh, Outrider comes out. I guess against the Morphling, against the Void Spirit, against the Puck, the Lasso is going to be paying a lot of dividends. But
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you like this draft from Thunder Predator? Is it a good draft in your books?
yeah, I do like this strat. I think the Batrider is really what clinches it here, because I just don't think Fnatic really have ways to deal with the Bat. I mean, Puck is like okay, but they just don't have the best lanes. The one thing they do have going for them, at least, is that they've got like a double ranged lane for the safe lane, no matter what happens. So as long as they can kind of harass the Batrider a little bit, it won't be a completely free lane. But this seems like a really nice pick.
All right. Well, this is going to be game number 2, of course. If you weren't watching game number 1, Fnatic did end up losing that to Thunder Predator. Game number 2, of course, they look to turn it around, though. Could turn out the same way. I mean, both teams do have fairly strong drafts, and as you said, the Batrider kind of puts a bit of a spanner in the works for Fnatic. I suppose only time will tell. I was also commenting earlier, I wasn't really sure if it was going to be a support Pango or a support Puck, but it does seem to be an off-lane Pango being played by Ice Ice Ice.
Yeah, I think I actually wonder, it would be interesting to look at the stats in terms of, is support Puck now like as common or even more common than Puck being played in a core role? It kind of feels like it. It does seem like we've got a lot of these support players who do really enjoy playing the position 4, and in some weird cases even like position 5 Puck.
I have to agree, I've seen so much of it. It's been mixed up quite a bit between teams. Seems to be very, very effective regardless of what position you put it in anyway. So DJ will happily pick it back up himself on that pause 4 roll for this game. It's always going to be a treat as well to see the Ice 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 Pango. Of course, Ice 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 known to be one of the, I dare say, one of the more annoying players to have to play against. He just makes it very, very difficult in lanes and just does little things that kind of get on your nerves a little bit if you are playing against him, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's always been one of the offlane players that people have looked at as, he's super disruptive when it comes to the lane equilibrium. If there's something that he can do to eke out a little edge or just annoy you, then he's kind of always going to make that play. And certainly Pangolier is one of his signature heroes, so looking forward to it.
DJ, gonna get Fortunes ended up. Won't really end up being a kill. Just a bit of harass as Ice does come in for the swashbuckle and tries to get the bounty snipe. He does not get it, however, and now TJ, he falls pretty low. He'll be fine. He'll just go secure the other bounty rune. That will be a 3-to-1 trade, though, so it's a very, very nice start for Thunder Predator. A little bit of a gold boost as... Well, actually, they're still going. Ice. Still being forced to take a lot of damage here from the Thunder Predator side. He does eventually swashbuckle away, but he's already lost quite a bit of mana and HP.
Yeah, really does not want to be forced into using that salve early on. Should be okay with the headdress and whatnot. But yeah, not the set that they were hoping for. Jab's already getting stacked up a little bit, but I mean, they're only level 1, so not going to be a kill, but plenty of damage being done by Matthew.
Snapfire has... Scatterblast just seems way too powerful in the laning stage, right? Like, it's just so much damage, especially if you get it at point blank, and the 100% slow kind of seems a little ridiculous, especially when you add Cookie to the equation. Or Jabs has to put up with it the whole time.
This hero may have actually gotten better when they nerfed Lil Shredder, and people just started maxing the nukes first, because yeah. You're right, the Scatterblast is really useful, and you're not getting distracted by like wasting mana, which you don't really have a whole lot of on hero in the early game on the Lil Shredder. But did get some pretty hefty nerfs recently, though seemingly not enough to push her out of the meta.
It still does a lot of damage, that's for sure. Ice gonna go for a pull of the creep wave. He does manage to find MNZ's courier on the way. Very nice snipe from him as MJZ. Going to try and harass him out a little bit, make it very hard for this pull to occur. Fortune's End will connect, but he should still be able to get away here, safe and sound. Or maybe not. MJZ has a haste rune now. And yeah, he just gives up on the pull completely. Ice, forced to mango swashbuckle away. And MJZ does really not want to let him go, but there will be a TP play from Ice. Only thing is, Baskip, he had to go back all the way to his fountain.
Yeah, and the creep wave got completely abandoned and just ended up in the neutrals. So, really, that was a very unfortunate series of events for Ice. And now he's still level 1.
Yeah.
Really not what he was hoping for out of that. And I don't even know if the lane's going to push. It looks like MNZ's going to get it under control here. He's got the double range creep from the Dire side pushing into him.
Top lane. Mid lane, sorry.
Yeah, that's just the solo kill.
Quite surprising the Leshrac ended up dropping to a solo Void Spirit at level 3. So not something you see every day. Is just not really sure what happened there. Did you manage to catch the kill?
No, I'm not sure what happened. It looked like maybe I think he just got caught out by Aether Remnant at the wrong time.
Matthew now as well, top lane, copying a fair bit of damage, but will get away. Unfortunately, Frank's courier does not get away. Jabs will continue dishing out that harassment towards Frank. Gotta say, they haven't really been able to slow down Savage's farm too much. Like, he's struggled a little bit in terms of last hits, but overall, he seems to be doing just fine.
Yeah, Jabs has been doing a really good job of kind of getting up in their face, trading his regen.
Nice going down bot lane. Matthew going down, or he denies himself after Jabs does get the kill. MNZ just continuing to dominate this bot lane by himself, mind you. As DJ trying to run away, but this level advantage this troll has is making it so difficult for Ice to sustain this lane anymore.
So Ice just comes mid. He does cancel the first salve for Leo's style, but he's got I think that was Matthew's salve, and now he's got one of his own in case he wants to top off a little bit more. But yeah, Ice seemingly transitioning into a little bit more of like a position 4 role here and just letting DJ kind of take over. This is the problem with the Troll Willard. Once he gets ahead, he's just so hard to lane against.
Yeah, Ice. I mean, you're not wrong in saying he has turned into a support now, but doesn't seem to be part of the game plan as Matthew going to chase him down. This is probably one of the, arguably one of the worst starts I've ever seen from Ice. He looks to be struggling quite a lot.
What can he even do here? His TP's still on cooldown for a while.
Cookie gonna land in the tree line. He's just stuck in the base. I mean, he's wasting support time, and I guess he is stacking the waves. So he may kind of sort out the equilibrium in that bot lane a little bit, but he's even going to just run towards the fountain, gets a fairy fire, uses that. Leo style now actually joining in on the Leshrac, and Ice actually going to manage to get out of there somehow. My god.
Alright. So he bought a salve as well? Oh, man. Alright. He drew some fire. He made some space. He's still only level 2. Maybe they can give him the tome. Maybe that's the plan.
Leo style mid lane though, in trouble, does go down to the Astral Step of Moon, but Moon now going to be traded to Matthew. Leo giving the tip to Moon, but I think Moon is still going to be very satisfied with what just happened. His top lane, Frank, going to find 23 Savage, but now Jabs probably going to be able to find the trade. Or maybe not, Frank is running. He'll make it out. Oh, Ice.
Kill.
Almost goes down bot lane again, but yeah, that's a huge kill on the Morphling.
Hold on to your taters.
So, I mean, Fnatic, it just looks so rough for them. Look, MNZ, he just keeps going back onto DJ. DJ has orb, but they can't even get an XP range. And, I mean, the draft... falling behind with a draft like this for Fnatic, it doesn't seem like it's going to do them any favors.
No, certainly not. And, man, Matthew able to play so aggressively here. Really wants this kill on DJ. Alright, completely whiffs on the scatter blast, not even close.
Still, you just walk away as Savage does get Frank up at the top lane, and Frank was left alone. Mid lane though, Leo style going to be in trouble again. Moon diving. He does get the kill, but once again Matthew will find the trade, and Leo style once again will provide the tip. And you'd still argue Moon's happy though, right? He is getting that XP before he dies.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. DJ getting run down here with the roots. I think this Troll Warlord's going to get a little bit out of control. This would all be looking great if the Morphling was, I think, significantly out-farming the Troll or winning his lane heavily, but that's just not the case, and Troll's going for the super early game build, just rushing into Defusal. So he's going to be online pretty quickly. Moon wants his kill.
Should be able to set up here. The Troll would be huge if they could find it, but he does have Battle Trance up and ready to go. Moon, Fortune's End, going to fly out. He does go for the Remnant, but it is juked out. MNZ seems like he doesn't want to really reveal that he skilled up Battle Trance yet, and just holds on to it and successfully walks away.
If he popped it, he may have just gotten kited and then just died afterwards. There's not really a whole lot of help in the area. Oh, Savage.
Top lane does go down. Leo style with the rotation on the Leshrac, and Matthew once again on the Snapfire. 6-5 now for Thunder Predator. Savage, I believe, is that his third death? No, it's his second of the game.
Yeah, he got caught up by an invis.
Ice. Now also going down, MNZ, he pops the Battle Trance, and Moon wants to continue this chase. He does Astral Step forward. DJ even getting the silence off, but they don't really have the damage. MNZ, he's going to be able to salve up in the tree line. Now Savage is actually going to join in this bot lane.
And this game is just a slap fight. It's just so many kills happening everywhere. Everyone's TPing. Tons of rotations.
Fortune's End, DJ does get an orb out, phase shifts the Fortune's End, does get away. Looks like Thunder Predator looked to be maybe a little bit aggressive with that Snapfire. Matthew moving forward. Doesn't really get anything though. That's fine. MNZ's allowed to get back to farming on the Troll. He's going to be more than happy with that. Savage is going to stick around. They seemingly want to keep going. Savage, waveform away. And while all this is happening, poor Ice dies again to Frank up at the top lane. Moon is going to try and find a trade, but we do have a pause coming out. It's a pretty awkward time for it, but It happens.
Yeah, Ice just had 3 stacks on him, and Frank just walked up to him with Firefly and hit him with the Flame Break, dragged him back with the lasso, and poor Ice says he just had the ambition of getting level 6 up here, but Frank not going to give him that opportunity. Interesting build on the Bat Rider. I don't know if I've seen Soul Ring Bat all that much, but
Neither have I.
it's just another option to
Bot lane?
solve your mana problems.
Waterman's Kisses, flying out, jabs Winter's Curse, but it doesn't really save him. They may find MNZ, but no, he has the Battle Trance available. They at least get an Edict off, or rather MJZ made a mistake there, but it doesn't matter. They're going to find DJ, or maybe they won't. He does get out. Savage moving forward, he wants the Oracle, but that was maybe a bit too greedy of him. He'll be okay, he'll strength morph, he'll survive as Ice now does have level 6, he did buy the tomb. Rolling Thundering in, wanting to go after that troll though, Cookie is going to push him forward, still trying to find the stun and does get it. Now Savage should be able to clean him up though, Whirling Axes will slow things down, but not quite enough. They do get 2 kills as Matthew also drops on the snap. In fact, make it 3, the Oracle did die early on. I suppose Fnatic, pretty good trade for them.
Yeah, that was great. And Ice finally kind of recovering his game a bit. I mean, he's still the absolute lowest of anyone on the net worth, even behind the Oracle, but at least he gets that tome and at least gets some participation in those couple of kills. They got kind of baited by Savage. And like you pointed out, just maybe some weird timing with the Fate's Edict.
Savage getting jumped on by Frank. He does have lasso. I don't think they have the damage though. He is strength morphing right now. Or maybe they do. Savage, he's falling very, very low. Waveform's out, but Frank is just right on top of him as they're going to go after Ice. Fortune's End will end up connecting Frank against the Flame Break as well. And with the sticky napalm stacks, he has Swashbuckle in a second, but it's all going to be too late. I'll tell you what, Basket, this Frank Bat Rider, he is making so much work happen across this map.
This game is so back and forth. Like Ice, he's having a really, really hard time, then finally finds a nice little fight. Now he's dead again. And 23 Savage, good fight into immediate, just like awkward death, just getting run down. Lots and lots of trades happening in both directions, but it does kind of feel like it's, at least to me, Thunder Predator finding their timings a little bit more. But some slightly, like, itemization a little bit all over the place, at least for me. Like, the BOTs and the Leshrac, a little bit greedy, will probably pay off. But to me, a little bit out of line with, like, what everybody else is going for on the team, with Troll just going for Diffusal and Bat Rider going for Drum.
Fortune's End, bot lane, gonna connect on Moon. 4 sticky napalm stacks from Frank, make that 5, but Moon should be able to get away. He does have Astral Step available. Won't even need to use it.
At top.
Could be a big kill. Ice has Rolling Thunder, but doesn't commit. MNZ just gonna walk away freely. Thunder Predator, they'll be able to maintain that very slight net worth lead they do still have.
Map control's been pretty back and forth. We've only got the one tier 1 tower taken so far. What build is Moon gonna go for? So he's just gonna be going for the Crystallis here on the Void Spirit.
Just a value pickup, right? With that Crystallis, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Void Spirit itemization is really weird. Like the Medallion and Solar Crest and Crit and there's, you know, it used to be, I guess still is, like a lot of Yules. Frank gonna tank the gank here.
He's gonna have to take it. Moon will pick up the kill, but I agree with these like the item builds are very strange because it did start off with just the Yules on the Ember to set up the Remnant. Not the Ember, sorry, the Void Spirit, but now it's just all over the place.
Well, it does feel like it was really. I don't know if it was Thompson who kind of came up with the build, but really was the one that popularized this using or like building around the instant attack of the Astral Step a little bit more. And the medallion makes a lot of sense, given that you do have like a flat damage, well, a flat shield anyway. So you don't really care about losing the armor on yourself so much. So it's just gravy.
Frank, top lane, pops the drums, but immediately the Rolling Thunder comes through. Can he actually reach anyone? He wants to go for jabs first and get rid of that Winter's Curse. He still hasn't quite got there as jabs. Looks like he wants to turn around for the curse, but eventually does go down still Frank. He'll go down as a trade. And Fnatic satisfied, right? A call for a support trade. You can't be unhappy with that.
Yeah, and the Mortimer's Kiss is used to no effect at all, really. There was a false promise available, but Batrider just getting popped a little bit too quickly. DJ, can you play his way out of this one?
He's on the cliff. Does phase shift the Split Earth. And he has orbed away, I believe. In fact, yeah, he has. He just TP's out.
Yeah, nice sit down. Okay, so it buys a bit of time. Morphling number 1 on net worth, just going for the shotgun. Definitely super annoying item for Troll to have to play against. If you go BKB, you're just going to get forced to use your BKB a lot. Potentially your target's getting saved during battle trance, or you're just getting disarmed yourself. So the game does get a bit more difficult at that point.
I wanted to ask you, though, Ice Ice Ice. He's playing arguably support Pango.
Yeah.
Looks... Oh, never mind. He did have a MKB queued up. I was like, MKB? Like, that's what we're going for? He does eventually get rid of it, but I was a bit concerned about that kind of item build. I just... Seemed like he was never going to find that MKB.
This is a low mana Morphling.
It
Savage,
is.
nothing in the tank, really.
Strength morphing up, trying to survive. They do get MJZ on the Oracle, and now the Winter's Curse. There on the Batrider Frank, he is able to get out of that, but now the Rolling Thunder, Ice Ice Ice, he's going to control up the side of Thunder Predator. Lasso still comes out, but it will not matter. Frank, he does die now, Leo style. Really nowhere to go. They do at least get Matthew, as Leo does manage to run away. And MNZ, he's been left alone. Nobody there to help him out. He'll try to get jabs at least, but he won't even find that. Suddenly, Fnatic looking a lot better. 4k net worth lead for this dire side.
He just went chasing after the Morphling, and Morphling just pressed Ghost Scepter again, and that was the end of that. What an awkward fight for Thunder Predator, just getting 4-0'd for absolutely nothing. So much damage being dealt by the Void Spirit.
Definitely a strange one. I suppose maybe they weren't expecting the Ghost Scepter to be up, but now the Ethereal Blade's up on Savage, so you can expect him to start popping off these supports on Thunder Predator. That was a lot of gold.
It's going to be a really hard game for MJZ now.
I mean, yeah, he's just got the Diffusal. He hasn't even queued up a BKB yet.
Yeah, Oracle's positioning is just going to have to be so careful. As I say that, he gets jumped by Moon.
Yeah. Oracle gonna fly out with the cookie, though DJ's not giving up. Dreamcoil is ready to go. He throws a silence out. Do you want to commit Dreamcoil here? He does. Or gonna be available in a second. Although maybe he can't finish the kill. The false promise is there in time, but now Ice 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 threatening with the Rolling Thunder. Doesn't end up throwing it out anyway. And whoa. DJ, what was he doing in the Radiant base?
So when he tried to kill the Oracle, he ended up orbing in to the base.
I see.
And then just kind of got stuck there. Lesh just running him down.
That's unfortunate. So they will miss out on the Oracle kill, and I mean, use Dreamcore. Your Puck's dead now. Still Thunder Predator. They're going to take the time and space that they've been granted to try to get a bit more farm up. And, I mean, they desperately need it. They are, even though they do get the Puck kill, that was borderline just because DJ made the mistake of diving that far. As Savage now may get caught out bot lane. The Yule Split Earth is going to be there, but he has already started strength morphing. Lasso going to come out as well, and they do have the damage output. We'll go down this time.
He was feeling so confident because they have all this vision. He had the Void Spirit somewhat nearby, but not going to keep him alive in that situation. It's just too much lockdown. So, still though, actually, I would say a relatively low farm game for a lot of these cores. Like, what, highest last hits is 137 at almost 20 minutes into the game. But just lots of fighting, lots of deaths getting traded around, and Fnatic again on the prowl looking for something. This is somewhat unexpected given that their Morphling is currently dead.
They just smoked on the side of Thunder Predator. Moon gonna get diffused up. He'll Astral Step. Frank gonna be the main priority target though. Ice getting caught out on the Pangolian will go down. Now they want to chase for more. Fnatic though seem to be well and truly away from the side of Thunder Predator. Or maybe not. MNZ got another diffuse off onto Moon, but he does Astral Step once again. Looks like both teams will just go ahead and settle for those bounty runes instead. Maybe a 2-for-2 trade on those as they're still kind of posturing around that river looking at each other. Jabs will show himself for a tiny bit, but not really willing to make the jump yet.
DJ wants to finish this bot tier 2. I think he should be able to get it.
Should.
But he's just needs to get this creep wave in here. Might be a bit difficult actually. MNC's already in position.
I guess you don't really want to die right now if you're DJ, right? Like, he's kind of getting close to that Aghanim Scepter now. He's about 2k away. So it seems pretty valuable to just farm that up and, you know, wait till the Ags is up to try and really force down towers.
Yeah. Oh, the Ags is going to be such an amazing against the Leshrac especially, who's really just relying on his move speed for survivability at this point. And he's planning on having this BKB and having that be the answer for him, but if that Ags coil comes out, it's going to be very difficult for Leo Style to play the way that he wants in these fights and kind of get into the back lines and just mow down the Winter Wyvern and whatnot. And Fnatic with maybe a somewhat unexpected Roshan here.
Definitely seems pretty unexpected at Fnatic. They're just going to take it for free. Thunder Predator, the pings start coming out, the scan's there, but it is all too late, I believe. I don't see them getting in range in time. Smart little play. Savage now has an Aegis. Kiss has been wasted. Fnatic, they may just smoke and go for a team fight.
Yeah, Thunder Predator for the last couple of minutes have just let Fnatic completely dictate the pace of the game. I can kind of understand that they're waiting for this Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider to try and make a few more plays, but they've really just been super passive. Part of that is the support combination that they have as well. They're not great at starting ganks, so at least that things change now a little bit that they've got the Blink, but they're not even gearing up for any kind of a smoke or anything, just hoping to get some kind of a defense at bottom, glimmer him forward.
Thunder Predator looking for a target. They'll spot out Moon, but Moon already using Simulate, does Astral Step away, and Frank was so darn close to getting the lasso off. Not quite there yet. It's now Fnatic, feeling somewhat confident to try and force a team fight of their own. DJ moving forward, but can't find a Dream Coil target. Savage will clean up the bot tier 2 anyway. It's a question of whether they really just try and force more now, but with an Aegis and everything else that Fnatic have, I imagine you could just go for the mid tier 2.
Yeah, they should just be able to keep on rolling. Really no reason to slow down. And Thunder Predator not even bringing everybody over here to try and defend. Frank's just going to go push at top. MJZ also up here at the same time. Control, does he have his next item? MNZ trying to get away with not buying the BKB. Instead opting for the Manta, just wanting to get out of some of these silences, but pretty expensive and going to take him a little bit longer to finish that up.
It seems a little bit greedy of a decision, right? Like, the BKB would probably have a lot more value in this game. So,
same argument, I think, as the previous time we were talking about it. Like, you've got the Oracle on your team as a save. If you can get away with not buying the BKB, it's gonna be, you know, your game's gonna feel better.
Lasso gonna catch out Jabs. Does go down though. Ethereal is there from Savage. He couldn't quite find the adaptive strike, and Matthew just TPs away with his Glimmer Cape. So nice pick up on the Wyvern. No trades for Fnatic. Looks like they are going to try and start setting up on that top tier 2 tower as Savage is already in position. Thunder Predator, I mean, they could try and defend this. They do have pretty much every ultimate but Lasso up, but looks like they're probably still just going to let it go down as mid lane. They do start the fight. Astral Step away from Moon again. DJ, he's going to be the target, but now Rolling Thunder coming out from Ice, just controlling up the backlines, making it very, very hard as they do get the silence off onto the Troll now. Fnatic perhaps just unwilling to fight, maybe looking to back off, maybe looking to go back in. Savage, what's the decision? A sort of Manta dodge on the Adaptive Strike, and it looks like Thunder Predator will be the ones to just say, we don't want this anymore.
They don't have any way to continue this fight with no Lasso. So they can poke and prod and kind of delay it out somewhat, but in the end, you just have to kind of go back to farming. Aegis is up for another minute and like 40 seconds or so. Morphling now getting some really good farm going. I was just looking at it before. I guess DJ now has the Ags, but Ice had kind of exerted himself as the position 3 again. Like DJ was less than 1,000 gold away from his Ags, and they were both standing right next to a camp, and Ice just took the whole camp. So there you go. He's on the road back to being paused through this game. So still has a little bit to close the gap on DJ, who has a quickening charm as well, waiting for him. Yeah,
that's that. Quickening charm with Puck. How disgusting of an item to have.
It's just so much mobility, yeah. Well,
yeah,
and so much survivability as well with all the disjoints and everything.
With the Ags up, DJ, I mean, he did commit Dream Call down a bot lane just a few moments ago trying to chase after Frank, but did end up missing. Still, it's such a low cooldown ability, though. Lasso going to be there. DJ getting caught out with the Split Earth as well from Leo's style. Does actually drop. And drums have been popped. Thunder, they seem convinced someone else is around in the tree line, but nobody is there.
Yeah, oh, well, gonna have to wait until he respawns to get some use out of that Dream Coil. What's Troll going next? Okay, so see, this to me is a little bit weird. Going for the Manta and then going back for the BKB. I can't say I disagree with it, but I just worry that the upcoming fights are going to be difficult, and I don't know what the BKB is necessarily solving for him, especially with this Ags coil on the field. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. He might change his mind. Maybe he goes for the Basher or something instead.
Matthew, caught out bot. Does have the Glimmer Cape, but it will not matter. Was near a Sentry Ward and does get caught out. Thunder Predator, they're going to start pushing in that top lane. Try to force the side of Fnatic back a little bit. Leo Style doesn't actually have Diabolic Edict up at the moment, but he'll have it in a couple seconds. Should be able to burst this tower down. Fnatic not really making their way to defend. They'll fortify, but that's as far as they're going with this.
Man, Frank's sitting inside the pit, but Roshan can't even be up for another minute and a half, so I don't know what that's about. Maybe they've lost track of the timer somewhat. They do have a pretty fast gem picked up for Fnatic, so this really signaling that they think this is their time. This is the moment that they're going to be kind of looking to not close out the game, but really super cement their advantage and just shut down map control away from the Batrider, make it a little bit easier for their heroes to continue split pushing. Because they do have heroes that, with the right vision, can be very aggressive in shoving out the lane, so long as they know where the Batrider is.
Yeah, absolutely. Thunder Predator just avoiding Fnatic for now. Just waiting a couple more items out. We can see a BKB there on Leo's style, and he is trying to go for a soul booster into a Bloodstone, it seems. MNZ still, he's pretty close to his own BKB, and it's going to be questionable as to what it's going to really do for him, but we'll see very, very soon, as he is about 1k away from picking that full BKB up. Fnatic, though, have smoked up behind Ice Ice Ice, who's trying to bait. They are trying to find themselves a target. Looks like the Thunder Predator side are somewhat aware of this smoke, and they do take the tier 2 top and just back out.
And don't get me wrong, I think the BKB is going to block a lot for him this game. I just get the feeling that it could just get kited.
Jabs?
Like, there's still going to be Curse. Speaking of Curse, Frank having to run here.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I realize the BKB is going to probably save him from a lot. I don't know. It's just,
but
yeah,
just living isn't going to win you the fight, right?
Yeah.
You gotta... So we'll see how this upcoming fight goes. He's just got so many defensive items now with the Manta and the BKB. But if it wins them an engagement and gets them Roche or something like that, then could be just a hunky-dory choice.
Yeah. Well, there is a 10-second charge up now. Of course, you've got a 10-second charge available on the Lesh, so they want to try and smoke and make a play right here, right now. Lasso is going to be there. They have caught out Ice Ice Ice, but a 3-man Dream Core coming out from DJ. They don't quite get the shotgun over onto the Troll. He will manta that off, and now just waveform out from Savage as he BKBs up. Fnatic looking to not really want to take this team fight any longer. And that'll be it. Just the kill onto Ice Ice Ice. BKBs were popped by MNZ, and they just back off.
Yeah, that BKB, I guess Savage just a bit afraid after the way that the last couple of fights played out, or the last couple of times that he got caught by the Yules, that they did have the damage to just focus him down. So, very expensive BKB charge to be using for no real fight at all.
Fnatic, they're still waiting around. They still feel like that maybe they could pick somebody off, but they miss out on the opportunity for Leo. Moon will stick around in the mid lane, just push out the wave, though under Predator. Got to be careful not to get baited into this. They won't. Moon will back off now with the rest of his side. It just seems like both teams are waiting for the next Roshan attempt, which apparently is going to be up in 10 seconds from now. That may be where that big team fight that we're waiting for is probably going to happen.
Yeah, just gonna have to keep our eyes peeled.
Oh, never mind. Lasso going to be there on Jabs. And this Wyvern will get bursted immediately, though Dream Call is there from DJ, but it only catches the Leshrac. Can they blow him up in time? He'll use up Savage. He BKBs up. They try to find Frank with the Batrider, but he does not die to the shotgun blast as MJZ does eventually go down on the Oracle. Now MNZ pops the BKB, but he's all by himself. And he has Matthew, but he's being controlled up by Ice Ice Ice, and yeah, that BKB charge is completely wasted as he just runs out of there. Now, instead of going after the Troll, they go back for Leo Style, who was hiding in the tree line. Bloodstone charge was popped, MNZ. Nice mat dodge on the shotgun again from Savage. They are actually going to find Ice Ice Ice. Once again, the Pango, Savage copping a lot of damage from these kisses, and MNZ holding him down. He's got no mana, and he will end up dying as Moon going to BKB TP away. But DJ may not be so lucky, or maybe he will be. Nobody's there to cancel the TP. It looked great for Fnatic for a while, but Thunder Predator, they just kind of kited around, came back and took the win.
Yeah, it looked like an absolutely insane play from MNZ as he runs in and pops his 9-second BKB right as the Lesh has just completed his TP. But it's the boots of travel. MLP, the fact that he went for those so early, he was able to go all the way back to the fountain, heal all the way back up, and then re-engage into the fight and kind of catch Fnatic unawares. So good coordination by Thunder Predator, and really well done by the Troll Warlord to kind of keep that fight going while they rearmed the Lesh. And that one play is going to kind of win them that fight. Wins them the Roche, and could even be what ends up winning them the game here if they do end up taking it.
I was wondering how that Leshrac got so healthy all of a sudden.
Yeah, because he had like no mana left, right? He'd pop BKB, they'd use the false promise on him, and then suddenly you see this Troll Warlord running into the fight, popping whirling axes and BKB as if he's got his whole team there. But all he really wants is just to keep Fnatic occupied, and they were probably thinking the same thing. They went chasing after him, And then the Lesh arrived for round 2.
MNZ looking to start a team fight down a bot lane. They have found Frank on the Batrider though on the Fnatic side. Still, he's on the cliff. Moon will join him up there. They actually push him off and break the Dream Coil as Matthew now going to be chased down by Moon. Should be a very easy kill though. Leo style does pick up jabs on the Wyvern. Now False Promise will keep Matthew alive, and actually DJ also losing his life to MNZ on the Troll Warlord. They do eventually get Matthew down as the False Promise. There just wasn't enough healing through it. But it's a 2-for-2 trade. Buyback expended on Frank, on the Batrider. Fairly even in the end.
Yeah. Lose the supports. Buyback pop. Very minor lead for Fnatic. They've got the full Bloodthorn up now on the Void Spirit, but this Troll Warlord's starting to look pretty scary, and the Lesh, that slightly greedier build at the start, is now starting to pay dividends as Leo style just getting bigger and bigger and very difficult to deal with now that he's also got the cheese to fall back on.
It's going to be rough. Fnatic between a rock and a hard place, and I mean, that Ethereal Blade from Savage, it just hasn't done anything. Every time we see it being thrown out, it just doesn't do anything.
A lot of that, I think, is the itemization from Matthew, right? He went straight for Glimmer Cape and Lotus Orb this game. He's made it really difficult for Savage to get these combos off successfully. Can even just, spell off the...
Oh, poor Ice.
Yeah, nice chain stun from Thunder Predator.
Tried to split push the top lane, and I mean, I guess it is a support Pango after all, so... Not the biggest deal.
You know, he's number 3 now on his team. We'll give him back the off-lane title, I think. he can have that.
Yeah, he can have it. It's yeah. I mean, he does have the Heaven's Halberd, I guess, with the Vladimirs. It kind of works out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he wants it. I think he'd prefer to be, oh hey, look, I'm a pretty far position 4 instead of I'm a mediocre farmed position 3, but. They still haven't, we haven't really seen much of a team fight from Fnatic, and I think part of that is that there just isn't really much of a team fight in their lineup, right? Even if they land a good Winter's Curse, what's that actually going to do? Not a whole lot. The Dream Coil is useful, but we just haven't found the follow-up, and 23 Savage hasn't been able to walk into these fights, and like you've been saying, what has the Ethereal Blade actually been doing? Because he's been throwing it out, it doesn't kill anybody because they're also tanky, especially with all the builds that they've gone for and all these other additional small items. Like, Batrider takes the 300 health town, he builds a drum, he's looking pretty tanky. And he hasn't just been able to sit there and auto attack. I think they need like a Bloodthorn plus Winter's Curse combo and hope that they can get the Troll Warlord to kill the Lesh or something like that.
They smoke in onto the Troll. That's a lot of damage on MNZ, but there's the False Promise just in the nick of time. Winter's Curse, though. He's going to connect on 2. Mortimer's Kiss is going to fly out. MNZ still going forward, trying to find a pick-off at least. Looks like they still want to chase down these Trolls. Ice does get the stun off. Meanwhile, Moon straight onto Matthew in the back. They get the Snapfire. MNZ, how do you find your way out of this one? He doesn't have Battle Trance available. Moon finding another one in MJZ, and they do get the Aegis on the Troll. And it looks to be like they could find the secondary kill, as he really has no way out of this. He will try. He's been disarmed by Ice. And actually turns around for the Abyssal Blade shot onto the puck, but DJ will just phase shift. And this should be the 4th death of this team fight. In fact, it could be a full team wipe, as the Leshrac is kind of out there at the top lane, but MNZ does go down, and Fnatic all of a sudden win a huge team fight, and that's going to be a pretty big net worth swing going their way.
Yeah, we say like, oh yeah, what's the shotgun been doing? And then it takes more than 2/3 of the Troll's health because he just doesn't press any of his buttons as he gets caught in the secret shop, and then he presses, I would argue, too many buttons afterwards, as not only does he get saved by the False Promise, but he also uses the BKB at the same time, and then because of the False Promise, he feels like he needs to use the Battle Trance to get some more healing, and Fnatic capitalize heavily on all that cooldown expenditure. Great initiation from them, and this is gonna even get them a laner X.
Yeah, it is. Savage just has so much damage on that Morphling. It's just so easy to take. Thunder Predator not going to be too satisfied about what's happening now. It just seems like they had such a big lead. Fnatic, every time we say something, it happens the opposite way.
Yeah. I don't know if they had a huge lead, but they did feel like they were kind of gearing up to be a little bit more in control. But it shows you in this kind of a game, a lot of it does come down to these small initiations, and Frank just walking blind uphill. That's not the way.
No. Oh, Frank. Not the greatest play in the world from the Batrider. I do like to just have a quick look into the win probability, and it's been pretty up and down this game, but it appears that Fnatic has maintained somewhat of a lead. 73% chance of them winning this game. I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I think so at this point. But though I can see why they like over onto the Thunder Predator side for a little bit there while they had the Aegis and whatnot. They need to get another big fight out of the Troll, but hasn't been able to do it. And Fnatic are making very quick work of these buildings.
They sure are. Frank doesn't have buyback, no way to get into this. Moon just jumps in straight onto MJZ. A great pickup, but the buyback is there automatically. Moon needs to get out before that BKB is over. Savage going after the Troll. The Troll falling quite low. He has Battle Trance. He does get it in time with the False Promise. MNZ, though, hitting creeps right now with that Battle Trance. That's not what you want, as the Kisses are going to fly in. Leo style, he at least gets jabs, but they've lost MNZ. He doesn't have buyback available. Now Moon jumps in onto Leo style. They want this Leshrac so darn bad, and they're going to find him as well. The immediate buyback, but they've got Oracle, and that's going to be a dieback on him. MJZ, no way back into this game as Frank. He's going to die. 3 heroes down. No way back into this game, and it looks like Fnatic may have clutched it out. It's just, I don't know how you stop this tier 4 push any longer.
Yeah, that should be the end of it. Troll, that was miserable to watch Troll in these last couple of fights. Just getting kited around in circles. He broke the Dream Coil. Maybe intentionally because they had the False Promise coming shortly after, but then also just the worst case scenario with popping a Battle Trance and latching onto illusions. Not the cleanest win for Fnatic, but still a nice one to have all the same, especially as it looks like we're starting to get kind of... it's getting a little bit close with some of these potential tiebreakers and whatnot, so definitely a nice win to have under their belt.
It certainly is, of course, Baskip. Luckily for us, we do have one more series of the night up here, and it will be, once I get the actual schedule up.
It's Liquid versus Thunder Predator, I believe.
Thank you very much for that, Baskip. Liquid versus Thunder Predator coming up very soon. It is MLP Dota and Baskip. We'll see you again in just a moment.